You're listening to the Book Your Dream Clients podcast, episode 66.
You're listening to the Book Your Dream Clients podcast, where we believe business can be simple and you can use your intuition to run towards your goal. Self-made business and success coach Lindsay Maloney helps you start and scale your dream coaching business. With her step-by-step intuitive and creative guidance, you'll leave ready to put her tips into action, push your business forward, and work with your dream clients. Lindsay is here to help you get unstuck and structure your brilliance into a coaching business that's sustainable and financially exhilarating. Here's your host, Lindsay Maloney.
On today's episode, I'm sharing with you 7 ways to boost your launch results. I know that you are probably a course creator or a coach, and you might be going through a launch right now, or you're prepping for one. And I'm going to share with you 7 different ways you can throw a Hail Mary out there if you feel like your goal is a little bit further than you expected at the time. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the episode. Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. I love chatting all about launching because there's just so many different aspects of it. The results are always different. The flow is always different. I enjoy it. I remember feeling really intimidated to launch something because I was listening to all of the podcasters out there talking about their 6-figure launches, and I thought, how is that even mathematically possible with the size of audience I have? And I just thought, that's not for me. So I just created a couple of years ago some launch plans that I really liked, and I did them, and they've always worked for me. While I never just do the same thing every time I launch something, I always like to do a little twist and see what happens, because we all know that social media is always changing, and a real big backbone of launching is using social media, like your Instagram post, more now with the stories, the lives, the IGTVs. I think it's a little bit more prominent than doing the challenge in the Facebook groups right now at this very second. And of course, it can always change in like 20 minutes. But it's important just to go with the flow. We can't say like, no, we always do this type of webinar. It worked last time. It's going to work the same or even better. It might not go that way, and that's totally fine. I enjoy the ride of a launch, but I also have some really successful, like I said before, Hail Marys that I will throw out when I feel like I just need one more just to make me feel really good. And I'm sharing them all with you today. So if you have tried any of these and they worked for you, let me know. And if you use any of these in your upcoming launch, please let me know if you have questions, and I'd love to hear your results because these work. All right, so number 1, we're just going to dig right into it. We're not going to fluff it up. We're just digging in. Number 1 is do your webinar again. If you had a webinar launch and you did it once, maybe you did it twice, maybe you did it 3 times, I don't care. If it was effective, if it brought in a student or 2, do it again. Just do it. And the way you can do it again is pick a different day, a different time, announce it all over again on your social media platforms, send out to your list again, say we're doing it one more time live, no recording, make the urgency super strong, and then they're going to come. The people who couldn't make it before, the only reason why they couldn't make it before was because of the date and time. So what you're doing is you changed it, you upgraded it. You're saying, okay, you couldn't make it those other days. What about this day? Come on over and make it like a 24-hour cart close duration, depending on like maybe you are doing this post-launch and maybe you're doing this at the end. Totally up to you. But if you have some time at the end of the launch, you have nothing really happening, don't send out a replay, do it live. The adrenaline from a live is so much more effective than saying, here's something to watch, because let's just be honest. When we get something else we have to do and put on our list that we don't have any urgency to do it, we're not going to do it. So I want you to literally do it again live, okay? Now, the second tip I have for you is to go live. Again, you probably went live 4,055 times in your Facebook group in this past week, but I want you to go live one more time. I want you to go live on Instagram one more time, and I want you to talk about the biggest objection that you have either heard or you believe they are going through right now. I remember when I did this with a Stand Up Coaching Academy launch, and I knew that my audience was really hung up on the money. That's going to be your primary hang up. It's going to be the money, and it's going to be the time. Those are people's primary, I'm just going to say it, they're excuses. Really, people use the excuse of not enough money or not enough time is because they don't believe in themselves. They don't believe that they can actually make this happen. They have legit proof from the course creator that this program works and this coaching group is effective. They have all the proof and right in front of them, and they really want to join. And every time they hit the add to cart or they hit the ready to hit the enroll button, they're holding themselves back because they don't believe in themselves. It's not you. It's all them. It's not the price. People will pay anything for any kind of result. I mean, seriously, just like watch TV. People will do the craziest things. They'll pay money for everything. So the fact that your program is $997 is not going to totally break anybody's bank, especially when you're adding generous payment plans. I know everyone's in their own financial situation, and I don't want that to come off wrong. But I know people that have scraped every last penny they could find to be in a program that they know is going to carry them forward. I have students who have went and got part-time jobs just so they could be a part of my program. If you really want something, you will find a way to make it happen. So they're going to use the excuse of money and they're going to use the excuse of time. I love to talk to the money people first because I know all about the money blocks. I know how to remove them. I know all about them. So I love to talk about that. And I love to share my story of when I first invested in my business and what happened after I invested in my business and what happens every single time I invest in my business. I love sharing those results with people, and that really inspires them and empowers them to say yes. It's kind of like okay, now that you said that, I can totally resonate with it. I know you've been where I am right now, and I know, like, and trust you, and then they're in. That is important. And the really important part of that talk is going live. So you can answer people who are watching. You can acknowledge the people who are watching. You are freaking taking notes of the people who are watching and who are engaging with those videos, because those are the people who are really, really interested, but they're afraid to say yes. And what you're going to do with all of those people that are creeping on your videos, that are commenting, that haven't bought yet, they're just always lurking. Here's what you're going to do. And this moves on to the next tip. You're going to message them. You're either going to DM them on Instagram, you're going to send them a voice message, or you're going to send them a video message. We have all the capabilities to do all of those things now. It's not just like texting and sending an actual text message anymore. We can actually let them hear our voice. We can actually let them see us and use their name. That is the other important aspect of that. When you are sending launch emails or launch DMs to people with the voice message and the video, use their name. I know you might have 20 people that you count as leads because they've really been involved in all of your lives, or that you can see they're opening all your emails, or whatever it might be. I always make a lead list as I'm going through a launch. I'm super nosy when I'm going through a launch and I always make a list. And then when I see that these people haven't bought, I'm going to reach out to them. I'm going to ask them, okay, so I know that you've been super involved. You've been in the webinar. How did you have any questions? Because I really feel like you would benefit from this program. And here's what I see for you. They love to hear what you can see for them. They love to hear that you have bigger ideas than that they could ever even picture. And they love that you know how to get there. And that makes them feel really safe. You have to make people feel really safe with investing in you. Launches are, we're not asking for $90 and we're done. We're asking for people to spend 4 figures, 5 figures on our knowledge and our guidance, our coaching. So we can take the time to write down a list of names of all of our leads and find them on social media, wherever they may be, find them, make sure it's them, and then send them a message. I think voice messages are probably my most my biggest comfort zone, because I podcast, so it's easy for me. But I don't ever really just reach out via text unless I kind of know the person or something like that. It varies it's very personal. And then the video, like sometimes I just don't want to scare them. So I won't send them a video. It's probably going to be 90% voice message. So those are very effective. So you reach out to them, you say, hey, I think that you would make a great fit for our program. Here's what I see for you. And then see what they say. Don't just send them a link right away. I feel like that's like you running up to somebody and saying, hey, you should join my program, and then like whipping them a receipt and then running away. Let's talk to them. That makes them feel better, okay? Let's be really personal. We don't need to automate stuff. Let's just actually be human beings and talk to people, see what they're thinking and how you can help them make a decision that works best for them. So the next one that is super effective, these are all super effective. This is such a great toolkit to have in the back of your pocket. The next one is offer free calls to the tire kickers. Again, we're keeping track of the leads. So one way that I do that is I use ActiveCampaign, and I'm going to create an automation where I will end a tag. Anyone who clicks sales page links in my sales emails are going to be considered leads. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to look at all those leads. And I know that they're not SOCA students. I am going to send them an email offering them a free call and letting them like a 15-minute free session with me. But here's the twist. I make it very specific. This call is only for people who are interested in becoming a student. This is not for like people to be like, oh, I want to know everything about your coaching business in 15 minutes. We don't do that. We will get on the phone with somebody who is serious about investing in their business. So we make it very specific. You're not going to get a ton of these people saying yes because they're like, oh my gosh, this is like super high pressure because they're literally saying yes. You got to sell to me a little bit more, but it will work. You're going to get a few. So I want you to go on the calls with them. I want you to go on those 15-minute calls. I want you to ask them about their business and what they're struggling with. And then I want you to show them how you can help them. I want you to make them feel again that they can trust you and that you can take them to where they want to be. The other special way to boost your launch results is add a special bonus. Sometimes I think of random bonuses while I'm launching and I think, okay, Lindsay, that's like really a lot. Let's just hold that off for something else. But sometimes I'll think of something small and doable that I can create and have ready for my students. So I will either create something or I'll find something that I could elaborate on or a training or something. I'll think of something that I can say, brand new bonus added to Stand Up Coaching Academy. Get it now before the doors close, blah, 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 blah. You know the drill. So if you have some bonus, some courses that you haven't put out there yet that are just sitting there waiting to be used, now's the time to be using those. All those little programs that you might have launched before that might not have had the results, use them as bonuses. That's what they're there for. That's what I use all my small courses for. Those are all bonuses. I don't sell them. They're bonuses. You can use anything. I mean, just an ebook or even a free call. One time I had a really great 5-figure launch because I offered 3 one-on-one calls as a bonus. And I will not do that again because it was a lot of my time. So consider that maybe capping it with like 5 people, depending on how many calls you offer. But adding special bonuses like that where people feel like, oh my gosh, this absolutely makes this a no-brainer decision will make that into a yes. So think of one thing that your people would say, okay, now that she's offering this, I can do it. Another way to think of a special bonus to offer is finishing this question. I'd love to join your program, but I don't have this. So for me, it was, I'd love to join your program, but I don't have a website. Okay, so I have a blog accelerator course they can take. Next one. I'd love to join your program, but I don't have an email list. Got it. I have an email list building course. Next one. I'd love to join your program, but I'm literally starting from scratch on social media and I have no idea what I'm doing. Perfect. I have everything you need to create and grow your Pinterest account, Instagram account, and Facebook. So I have everything. I have all the doubts. I have all the concerns that people are having before joining my program. And I want you to really brainstorm about those things too. I want you to think of all the things. Yes, I'd love to join your program, but I don't have a what, and make it a bonus and announce it towards the end. You'll get some people joining. I guarantee it. I can't guarantee it, but you're going to get a lot of interest. I guarantee that. All right, so the next one is a free behind the scenes tour. I love this one because it really works, and I've actually implemented this into one of my funnels because it is really effective. You can use this as live or recorded. The first few times I did it live. So what I did was, again, because I have a lead list, because I track and tag my leads, I sent them all an email saying, you want to join Stand Out Coaching Academy? Well, here's a behind the scenes tour of what it's like to be a Soka girl. Register to join the live call or something like that. I can't remember the exact wording. I set up a Zoom call, and I think I did it like a day before. So it wasn't something that they would forget. It was something they're like, okay, yeah, I want to see this. I can totally join tomorrow morning. And they said yes and register. So I didn't even create a landing page in lead pages. I don't think. I just set up like a reg page with Zoom and just did it that way. So Zoom could send the reminders. I did it really simple because it was just like an idea I quick had and I threw it together basically, and it worked. So I invited these people to come to a live group call, and all the people that joined the call all joined my program. They just needed the behind the scenes tour. Everyone likes the behind the scenes stuff. And sometimes we forget to show people what it's actually going to be like to be a student of ours. We talk about the results. They're sitting on the sales page forever. They see all that outside stuff, but nobody even cracks the door and shows them what it's actually like. You know, it's like buying a box at the store and saying, oh yeah, everything you love is going to be in there. It's going to change your life. And you're thinking, all right, here's $1,000. I'm going to go home and see what's inside. I don't like to do it that way. I like to give people a free sneak peek. And I often do it at the end of my webinars as well. But this tactic really is effective because, again, you are getting extremely hot leads who want to join your program, who just need a little bit more nudging. So again, send an email out to your list or to your lead list. I mean, heck, if you want to send it out to your whole list to see what happens, go for it. Sometimes I get really optimistic and send it out to everybody. God bless you if you're on my list. And I just see what happens. They come onto the Zoom call. I say hi. We go dive right into Teachable. I show them that. I show them the Facebook group. I show them everything. I show them exactly what it's like to be a Soka girl. And then I answer any questions. And then I also will send out the replay. All right. Of course, I'm talking super fast, and it's a good thing you have control over your speed and you're taking notes and you can re-listen to this because I just have one more for you. One thing that I think is often misused, and I don't know if it's offered in all email service providers, but I would check your resending options. So let's say you have one final email that's like, the card is closing. It's maybe like 3:00 in the afternoon or 5:00. Wait a couple hours. If no one has opened it, as many people have opened it, resend it to the people who have not opened it. I have that capability in Active Campaign. I can click on the campaign that was already sent out and I can resend it. I will do this when I send out webinar invites. I will wait a couple days and I'll do it again, and then I'll get more people enrolling in the webinar because not everyone gets their emails. That's a pain. We have to rely on some other service provider to make sure somebody sees our stuff. And sometimes it just gets missed, so we'll pop it in there again. And that works really well. So you could use that for your free behind the scenes tour. If they haven't opened it by the next morning, you could resend it to the unopens. You can resend it to the new people who have joined your list. This is a really effective strategy, and it's like literally a click of a button. And you can also do this to your free call emails. So if you're doing the free call option where you're emailing your lead list or your whole list, you can definitely resend it that next morning to see if you can get any more people. Okay, so let's just run through them again. The 7 ways to boost your launch results. Number 1 is do your webinar again. Number 2 is go live again. Offer free calls to the tire kickers. Add a special bonus, a free behind the scenes tour, resend emails to non-opens, and then message people, DMs, voice message, video message, whatever fits right for the person that you are going to be communicating. Use their name, talk about as much as you know. If you know their business, ask them questions. Don't pitch right away. Just get to know them and see where they are. All right. I want to know if you've tried any of these. Whenever you are wondering how to do something, please let me know. I'm always happy to help. You can totally join my free Facebook group, dreamclientcommunity.com, and just post something and say, hey, Lindsay, I'm trying your launch boost results from the podcast episode, and I have a question. Just ask. I will answer. Or you can just send me a DM on Instagram. I'm always happy to help. I love helping. I thrive on it. It fills my cup. So please, please, please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so very much for listening to this episode. I appreciate you so very much. I will see you on the next one. Want 10 ways for you to start booking your dream clients? I created this workbook for you because I wanted to share my best tips on how I book mine. You're not going to believe how easy these are, and I know you'll be able to take my tips and put them into action ASAP so you can start working with your dream clients. To grab the workbook for free, all you have to do is go to lindsaymaloney.com/podcast. Hey coaches, are you a member of the Book Your Dream Clients community yet? Because you should be. Just go to dreamclientcommunity.com to request free access. We do fun things like website audits, challenges, and we even have a book club. Join the free Dream Client community now, and we'll see you there. Thank you so much for listening to the Book Your Dream Clients podcast. If you want to find out more information how you can work with me, just head on over to my website, lindsaymaloney.com. You will be able to see how you can work with me privately or in a group setting. I'm all about helping you start and scale your coaching business, so I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe to the show on iTunes and leave a rating and review. And if you want bonus points, take a screenshot of a review and tag me on your Instagram story. I'd love to see it and share it with my audience. And plus, you don't want to miss another episode.